Hello beautiful beings of YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name's Lara and I'm going to do a chakra reading for you today. I thought I would come out into the backyard, seeing as we've got a beautiful day, blue skies, the sun is shining. I wanted to share that with you. It's been a while since we've seen some good weather. So I'd like you to prepare yourself, take a moment to settle yourself into the reading. Pause the video if you need to. Take 3 long deep breaths, drawing in, hold, exhale all tensions, judgments, fears, everything that's taking up your mental energy right now. Just release it. And as you do so, you can feel yourself getting lighter and brighter. Just do that for a few moments. Then close your eyes and ask yourself, what message do you need to hear today? Go with whatever pops up for you. Okay, it could be a colour, could be a shape, something specific that draws you to one of the piles. And when you're ready, hit the timestamp and have a listen to the message and see if anything resonates, or if it challenges, or if it confirms. So the first chakra we will look at today is the root chakra. The root chakra is your foundation, everything that you are building upon and from. So with a solid foundation, we have stability and groundedness, and when we have the chakra that's not operating efficiently, we get things of fearfulness and worry and instability. First card is 6 of Raphael. Hearing messages from Spirit. And the Knight of Cups. So this message is about making the time to listen to your intuitive self, your childlike self. What does that inner child need right now? Playfulness, fun, what brings you joy, and creating a foundation from that. A lot of things that are going on at the moment are happening because we are in the process of change. And it is about letting go of the old in order to make room for the new. But we as a collective have lost our sense of innocence and joy and living in the moment. As you can hear, a lot of corellas are flying overhead. And they tend to fly in groups, squawking at all hours of the night usually, and the day. But that's how they communicate, and they're always together. So birds of a feather flock together. So it's finding your tribe, finding the place in which you are able to feel safe and grounded and to laugh and have joy. Finding those people who are there for you. But it's about listening inward to begin with. What is it that you like? What is it that you love to do? You know, where are you putting your energies at the moment? Who are you spending your time and energy on, and does it bring you that sense of joy? This is about getting back to your natural self, not the one that's being conditioned to go to work, do all the family duties, play a certain role that society seems to push on us. This is about unpacking. I feel like a lot of you have had messages and signals that are nudging you deep from within to bring back this playfulness. So it begins by having a look at where are you spending your time and energy, who are you spending it with, and does it bring you joy, or is it something out of routine? And as scary and as counterintuitive as it may feel, this is about going with your gut and actually turning down the volume of the fearful thoughts or the reasons why you shouldn't do it or can't do it, and actually just taking that one little step. You always have the option to go back to whatever's safe and routine, but this is inviting you to listen to those inner nudges and to be more playful, to reflect on your childhood, to reflect on the places that you felt happiest. Now, not everybody has had a happy childhood, so for those who are listening to this particular one, this is about clearing out the energy, the root chakra energy, the foundation, and focusing on what you would have liked had you been given that opportunity, and giving it to yourself now. If you like to blow bubbles, go to the kids store and buy some bubbles and blow. If you like to play sports, go and have a look at some local community stuff. Now, as adults, we kind of get a little bit fearful. We're always overthinking about what others might think, or we're feeling awkward and uncomfortable. Children don't have that filter. They're free, and this is a confirmation of what you have already felt. So think of the color red. Some of you, it's dark color, which means it's just been intermixed with some fearful thinking and worries. And however you like to imagine being cleansed, whether it's water or fire or air or earth, we're going to bring a beautiful redness back into your life. Beautiful red foundation. If you can't think of anything right now, go and have a look at a fire engine or an apple. Pure color. And you can trust these nudges, but it is about cleansing the foundations and moving towards the things that bring you more joy. Walking that path, doing what comes naturally for you. Some of you are going to get that confirmation to go ahead with study, because you've been putting it off and your mind's been coming up with all sorts of stories, and it's something that you've always wanted to do. Now, if you were 80 years old looking back on your life, are you going to regret not trying this out? Are you going to regret not trying and giving it a go? So that's the message for the root chakra. This is the sacral chakra reading. First one is the chakra that's located just below the navel. It's generally orange in colour, and it's to do with our creativity, our sexual creativity, our processing of energies before expelling. And it's a way in which we have our sensitivities are either strong or weak. So this is going to be a reading that relates to how you can be more creative. What do you need in order to tap into your creativity, tap into your sensitivity, and let go of all the things that have been weighing you down. As you can hear, it's very windy out here because I decided to come and do a reading in the backyard while it's a beautiful day. Now, the sacral chakra is generally a water element, but we do have the wind picking up. It's just generally about sweeping things away, moving things, reshuffling things, looking at it from a different perspective. So our first card is Seven of Ariel. Then we have Making a Difference. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So this reading really is about taking our power back, taking our creative power back. And that tends to come from looking at where we are leaking our power. Who are we giving it to? What are we giving it to? And we can see in the Seven of Ariel, this is an energy, the masculine energy, which is the way in which we think. It's our mindset. And he's holding a scepter, a staff, generally associated with the wizard or the sorcerer. And they come from the mental realm, so they use the energy and the life force of the source energy in order to make changes. So we've got to look at where are there illusions in our life, and that can be quite confronting, but it's also very freeing. And what brings us closer to our natural expression and joy? What is blocking that? And once you take the time to reflect, you're better able to connect to that aspect of yourself that can create and flourish. It's about letting go of some of the things that you thought were helping, but really they were only helping to cope with that moment. And now it's looking at working towards what brings you into a space of power, creative power. Whether you're an artist, whether you run a business, whether you create families, it's where you shine the most. And letting go of people who no longer reflect that value for you anymore. It's not disconnecting from them, it's just making a choice that says we're on different paths, and that's okay. Got different goals. So I feel this is an inward journey, and that there needs to be some work towards being honest with yourself and letting go of those things that you thought were the right things, which they probably were for that moment. Now, if this doesn't make sense, just sit with it, because your spirit already knows. make sense in good time. But you are a powerful creative being, and how you use your mind and the way in which you set your mind determines the results of what you manifest and what you harvest. So if you want that beautiful garden, you have to get your hands into the soil and get them dirty and actually dig out all the weeds and all the parts that are not necessary for this beautiful garden. And that can be really confronting, so do find yourself a support person, someone like a life coach or a counselor, or people who have done what you want to achieve. But you cannot expect change without making change. So I feel like this is the turning point for you guys to really connect into your creative power. And you know, I saw the ants walking across, and there's different kinds of ants. There's big ants, little ants, and they all have their own purpose. You have your own purpose, and it doesn't matter what the other species are doing. It only matters that you're part of your own community and doing what makes you feel good and powerful. And that requires letting go of some old habits and even friendships, because you're ready to move to something else. I feel some of you are dealing with family connections as well, and our family of origin was the starting point as to which we were going to, you know, create our lives from. If you're an adult, now is the time to take charge and maybe let go of some of those family ties and family rules. You're not letting go of the people that you love, you're just letting go of the system that you're outgrowing, because what you're wanting now is different, and that's totally okay. So if you're looking to manifest and create a beautiful and different life from what you're leading now, you're reshuffling. The wind says that you're going to be letting go and moving things on and reshuffling and looking at it from a completely different point of view. You always have the power, and there's always going to be people that support you or think they're supporting you but are actually hindering you. This is why you need the clarity to know what it is that you want without being shaken. But you create your life. That's the message here. And the wind is blowing very strongly, so it's pushing, it's sending it on its way, just like we see here with the letting go of the starfish. Now she may be receiving it. See how the perspective can change. She may be receiving it, the ocean may be giving it to her, but she has to have a free hand to be able to receive. Or she may be letting it go because she would like to receive something new. And this is where we're at with our mind. Whatever we hold in our mind, we create. So if you are not happy with this outcome, just clean out the closet. Clean out, have a look at your mind and think about what you think about things and start clearing that out, because the way in which we live our lives compared to what we think we want are two different things. when we let go of everything, when we have a tight grip on something and we let it go, we're better able to allow new experiences and new ideas come flowing in. And you know what? You can always go back to it. You can always go back to what you know. But the reality is you don't want that anymore. That's why you're here. So that's it. Sacral chakra. If you have any comments, drop it below. Some beautiful changes, and coming into your creative power is part of this beautiful message today. Okay, this is for the solar plexus chakra. This is to do with our willpower and our ability to make decisions, our mental energy. So if you chose this, we're going to look at what message you have and where to go from here. First card is Queen of Raphael. So already we have a power card. We already have this idea of being in control and on the throne, having personal power and being able to direct our mind in a way that is creative and builds connection with others. We also have the Awakening Ancient Wisdom, and we've got the Queen of Cups. So interesting, because from two different decks we have the Queen of Cups presenting in this reading for those who chose the solar plexus chakra. And we are also connecting to our ancestral heritage. Now for some of you, this is deeply rooted in culture and tradition, and for others it's connecting to the ancient ways of living and understanding our sense of self on this planet. Now the Queen is a strong feminine energy, and she plays a very important and equal role as the masculine, because she is there to reflect and keep the king in line. Now we're talking about the solar plexus, we're talking about our gut, we're talking about a very clear, distinct mindset, and the power and the beauty of the feminine is to keep us on track, because whatever the king projects, the queen will reflect and multiply. So in our minds, if we are projecting ideas that are full of shit, then our feminine is going to react and multiply and give shit back 100 times more. So in what ways is this situation helping you? Are you taking someone's projection? Are you reflecting something that they need to work on? Are you projecting something and people aren't taking it the way that you would like? Okay, we're having to go back, because none of those options are working in harmony with each other, which means you've got to go back to the drawing board. You've got to go back to the feeling of simple, calm, powerful. We used to have that, and we've lost it along the way. Now there's two cups being presented here. Okay, whatever we fill our cup with, we shall also spew it forth, for want of a better term. We have the Queen sitting in the water, which is our feelings, our relationships, our emotions. Now, our emotions are our guide to tell us when our thoughts are off track or on track. So, this is a moment of reflection. You are the cup. You are the Holy Grail. You are the temple. What is in your system that is working for you or not? If you're feeling pain, if you're feeling discomfort, if you're feeling irritated, if you're feeling excitement, these are all signals to say that you are outside of your peace and your power, and that you need to come back into alignment with it. If you're in a relationship, it's about the win-win option. Okay, if it's not coming from a place in which everybody benefits from the situation, then whoever's involved in the situation is going to reflect back to you, or you're going to feel it yourself, some sense of emotion. So you have to let that go. I feel like some of you have, in some ways, your tradition and your culture is keeping you stuck, and you're wanting to break free. And you can actually do that. It won't hurt anybody as much as people start creating noise. It's only noise, because our true self does not need all these conditions. This is about taking your power back and listening into your inner feminine. The only time that she makes noise is when the masculine is thinking something that isn't the right for everybody. So you just keep looking for that space, keep letting go and looking for the right option to show itself. Now, the thing when our chakra, solar plexus chakra, is contracted or overstimulated, what ends up happening is we get this sense of urgency and panic and hurry. The more you feel that, the slower you need to go, because nothing good comes of making decisions from an anxious or urgent point of view. I mean, that's a sweeping statement. There's a couple of occasions where it might work, but it needs to come from the true self, the purified form, the purified version of you. This is a very specific notion about what you're feeling and what you're consuming, what you're filling yourself up with, what you're surrounding yourself with and consuming, and actually taking charge and letting a lot of it go. Stop listening to the news. Go look outside. Don't listen to gossip, because that's someone else's opinion and version of events. Actually come back to who you are and listen into your own antenna, because you live the consequences of your choices. There are some of you who are out there looking for a spiritual connection. It's a matter of just letting go of all the things that have stopped you from enjoying what you like to do most. our minds tend to create story, thinking that it's doing something good for us, but it's not. It's preventing us from enjoying our life. So let go of those pesky thoughts, because they do come in swarms. You know, you start to have one and then another one comes along. You think about flies. You have one fly and then 2 flies and then 3 flies. It's the same. But you all have the power to say, no, this is not what I want. And you listen with your head and your heart, because they work together. Fill your cup up with wonderful things, but begin by emptying it first. Think about if you had a cup of beer and you drank half of it, and then you went back up to the bar and you decided that you wanted a different drink with the same glass, and you put wine in it. That's what we do on a daily basis with our thoughts, people that we interact with, gossip, news, all these things. And it's keeping us from our true power. So today, make a stop. Listen to your inner goddess and decide that you will no longer participate in filling your cup with stuff that doesn't feel good. That's the main message for the solar plexus chakra today. Okay, YouTube, this is the green chakra or heart chakra, which is green, or the higher realm is in the pink. So this is where we hold our love and our judgment. It's also the place in which we breathe in life. So when we're operating from this space, if we are healthy and functional, it is love flowing freely. If the life force is contracted or expanded too much, we can come from a place that isn't good for us. It's either weighing us down or weighing someone else down, and we're needy. So it just requires letting go of those thoughts and ideas and obstructions to being able to breathe in life and breathe in freely, so that we can love freely. So if this is the group that you chose today, you're sitting out here in the backyard and I can hear this beautiful bird singing. So this is a representation of our true self, our true tune, not the one that our parents gave us or that society's made of us, or that you think of yourself in relation to other people. This is our pure, true form beyond. It's the beauty of who we are. So I want to quickly say to those who are listening that you are a beautiful person, and you always have been. No matter how people have treated you, you are a beautiful person. Even if you have done things that have hurt others, they're just lessons to be learnt from, and it's okay to move on. Don't punish yourself. So I want to start with the first card, which is the Six of Ariel. This beautiful angel standing under a beautiful big tree, big wise old tree. It's been standing there for eons, giving life, breathing life into the world around it, and also giving fruit, bearing fruit for those around them. So this is a timely card, particularly when we're talking about the heart chakra. So what are we rooted in actually, and what fruit are we bearing? And being able to lovingly let go of what's no longer serving us so that our light can shine. Okay, because you are a beautiful person. You need to reinforce that with this particular reading. The next card is Manifesting Dreams. Look at that. This is already about abundance. Abundance is yours already. Okay, it doesn't matter where you are on your life path, or, you know, if you feel like you're behind or you're ahead or whatever, it doesn't really matter. You are in your own race and you're in your own lane, and you are a magnificent creator. This is beautiful. Trees, breath of life, giving life, abundance, harvesting, you know, manifestations. Planting the right seeds in order to grow beauty into your life. The last card is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this is about cycles and seasons and phases and things that have to go through the motions. So if you're in an up phase, it's likely you will move into the next phase eventually. If you're in a down phase, it's likely that you're going to move into the next phase. It doesn't matter, you're never at a standstill. Okay, this is about tuning into your pure, beautiful, natural self. And knowing in your heart of hearts that you are a powerful creator and abundance is everywhere. We are told on a daily basis that things are bad and it's going to be bad. And the thing is, we are creators, and if we hold those things in our mind and in our bodies, we start to manifest those. We start to produce the outcome, that result. So it's really important to let go and clear yourself of anything that is interfering with your ability to let life flow through you and freely. So even though some of you have experienced grief or are experiencing grief or some sense of loss, effectively there isn't any, and that can be hard to take when you're in the middle of the physical transition between having that thing or that person with you to not having them there. But it's part of the journey. It's not goodbye completely, it's just goodbye for now. Everything moves in cycles, and despite that, they have a light and a power as well. And in order for you to not be weighed down, like, this is the thing, like when we have grief, it's heavy on our heart, and it can be hard to breathe. So we want to let that go, because we're not letting go of the connection, we're just letting go of the heaviness and the inability to allow things to flow freely through us. When things flow freely, there's emotion, there's a movement, and as you let go, more comes to you. You cannot feel that love when you're holding on to the heaviness and the heartache. It sounds, easier said than done, but it's making the most of your situation, knowing that you are powerful, knowing that you are more than anything that you're going through right now. There is no loss when it's true love. It's just a phase. It's connecting to the true nature of things. And I can see a kookaburra in the tree, actually. I would show you, but my laundry's on the line as well. And they remind us to remember to laugh. Because when you laugh, your spirit is uplifted, and when your spirit is uplifted, then you can better connect to your loved one. This is about freeing your heart and allowing the love to flow freely. This is a phase, and you will move through that phase. It's not just to do with grief, it's everything. It's everything. Every day is a phase, every day is a cycle. So we are constantly moving and changing, but moving with a light spirit is much more empowering than dragging those big boulders behind us. So anything that makes you laugh and allows you to let go just for a little bit, just reconnects you to your true inner power and the spirit of who you are. So that is the main message for the heart chakra this week. If you have any comments, please drop them in the box below. Hello blue chakra, this is the chakra for the throat and is about communication. So it's bridging the gap between the heart space and the mind space and how we express ourselves. So we're going to look at the message today in terms of how we are or are not expressing ourselves. I'm already tripping over my tongue. The first card is the Knight of Raphael. So we have a knight here charging on a white horse across the beach. There's waves that are lapping the shore and seagulls. So is to do with other people. We also have the message about proceeding softly, and we can see a table with a cup of tea and biscuits, inviting someone to come and sit down and just connect in a gentle, loving way. This is about intimacy through connecting, not physically but emotionally, and holding space for each other. The other card is the Moon. This is a major arcana card, and we're looking at our reflection. Who or what are we reflecting, and do we want to reflect that? And you can see in this particular series the two towers, and we have a Scorpio, or scorpion, sorry. We have a cat and we have a dog, and the moon is shining down reflecting into the water. And at the top of the two towers is a light shining onto the moon. So this is another introspective reading, which, you know, who are you? And what is it that you want to be sharing? You know, this card can reflect the darkness. You know, our shadow side. The moon only comes out at night time, and the moon only reflects the light of the sun. So this is to do with our shadow, and not being afraid to show who we are. Our insides and our outsides are reflecting the same. It's showing up here, being yourself and being who you want to be, expressing your inner power through calm and connecting activities. Taking charge of where you want to spend your energies and how you express them in your life. Nobody's allowed to take that away from you. I feel that some of you are not connecting to a certain group of people, and that's okay, because they're not your people. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It just means finding out what makes you happy and finding others who do the same. It's holding space for yourself, but also holding space for others who share similar ideas. Everything seems to be moving and fleeting. Everything seems to be fleeting. That's what I'm feeling for this group. And this is about making the time to not allow it to fleet, but just to ground yourself and reflect on what matters to you most. Where do you connect? Where are you disconnected? And how can you bring those two things together? You know, who can help you with this? It's okay to stand up for what you think is true and what you believe in. You don't have to take that stuff anymore. So this is another reading in which you are simultaneously letting go while moving towards the new thing. And being, not allowing anybody to interrupt what makes you happy, or what brings you peace, or what energizes you. It's sitting down and reflecting on how you want to express yourself, and whether you are being judged for it, whether you're judging yourself, or whether, you know, you're just evolving and moving outside of your current situation. So this is definitely a time to reflect and look at the way in which you're expressing yourself and who you're expressing it for. Because the question is about living your life in a way that brings you joy and connection, not just with other people but with yourself. So I'm seeing the light shining here from these towers. Okay, it's a light source. It's energy flowing outward. So where are you directing your light source? And are they reflecting back to you the same thing? It's interesting because we have these two animals here that seem to divide a lot of people. You're either a cat person or a dog person, and really they just have a different way of being in life. One has independence and one has codependence, and there's no right or wrong. It's just whether you prefer to be a lone wolf or whether you prefer to be in groups. And we have the scorpion in the middle, and he's actually a robot. So he's of artificial intelligence. He's a program, and this is asking you to deprogram. I keep saying Scorpio because this is the card or the element in which we must go deep inside ourselves in order to make transformation. And if things have been holding you back, now is the time to connect to yourself and bridge the gap. So this is the message for the throat chakra group for this week. If you have any thoughts or comments you'd like to share, put that down below. I'd love to hear from you. Bye for now. Okay, this is the third eye chakra. This is the group who is looking at the vision and the hub of which we can imagine everything to our heart's desire. So we're going to look at the message that is for you this week. The first card is the Knight of Gabriel. So you can see here a strong feminine figure riding her horse across the desert. She's determined and moving towards something important, and she's also being guided and watched over by the Archangel Gabriel, who is the angel of communication and messages of God. We've also got Flying Free, another feminine figure flying on a bird. Both animals are white, which represents purity. And we also have the Ace of Cups, which has a bird in it. So strong spiritual instincts and natural instincts is the energy that I'm feeling for this particular group, where you derive your power from who you are naturally. Direction, focus, and strength and power, and moving towards where you want to be in your mind first, then in your body in action. So what are you feeling at this moment? What are you thinking about? What are you envisioning? If you could have anything, anytime, any resources, everything in this world, what would it be? And how does it make you feel? This is the key. This is the thing that the law of attraction and all the occult methodologies are gearing towards, how you feel. Because that is the power in which you make your choices. When you say you want freedom, what does that feel like? How does that feel? Where do you feel it? What situations? What people provide that feeling? if you want to feel a sense of power and independence and strength, who emulates that? Who projects that? Who or what situation represents that and reflects that? This is looking at, the idea of love. The animals in here with these feminines are their guardians, are someone that they love, are somebody that they're sharing this journey with. That is unconditional love and power. There is no judgment, there is no reasoning. It's just a pure sense of love, power, and beauty. What is blocking that for you? Now, everything happens in thought before manifesting into the physical world. So if you're finding that you're in a situation that you don't want to be in, or you're getting the result that you don't wish you were in, reverse out and have a look at where your thoughts are and what you're imagining. So it's we're hearing this child in the background. We don't have control over that. I have no control over that situation, but how I respond to it, I do. It's a moment in this reading that is showing up for us that we are, we might be crying over something, or we've found ourselves in a situation where we've hurt ourselves or hurt someone else. And it's a lesson to be learned, and we think about what led into that moment, and was it a choice that brought us to our abundance or our power or our freedom? If it's a strong, no, then we just reorient ourselves and move towards what it is that we do want. But it always starts in the mind. It always starts with, where are we going? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to end up? And how does that feel? What's the pure feeling here? Not an emotion. Emotion is a different thing. An emotion is a guidance telling you that you're moving away from your power. We're looking at the feeling, a feeling of pure love. When we have that kitten or that puppy, just that joy. We're not thinking about anything else. We're thinking about that moment. That there's always this feeling that we're after. For some of us, it's just pure peace. We just want peace because we've sensed conflict. And we're looking to get away from the conflict. We want peace now. This is taking a conscious choice to say, is this moment leading me towards peace or taking me away from it? Is this moment leading me towards my freedom or taking me away from it? Is, watching social media taking me towards my abundance or taking me away from it? It's being able to see the vision that we have for ourselves, not the ones that people have made for us, but who we are from the inside out. And then looking at the feeling. Lots of people say they want to be rich. What is that feeling? Is it abundance? Is it luxury? Is it quality? What is the feeling that you actually want from that perception of that lifestyle? And then you look at why you want that. So that all other choices are either taking you to it or away from it. It's using your instincts and listening in, but using your body as a guide, as a guidance system, as an antenna as to where you want to be going. And we've got these two figures who are riding creatures. right? Animals are very instinctual. They listen, they understand, they listen to the vibration of, you know, the wind. There's a sense, they have a sense. They don't think about it consciously, they don't narrate it. They go, I feel this. And when you're riding an animal, you become one with that animal. You both sort of connect, and there's a level of harmony. That's the essence that you're chasing from this reading. Where are you in harmony and disharmony? And how is it inside myself first in order to correct it on the outside? So it's just another way of self-reflecting. This whole reading has looked at self-reflection, every single chakra in its own way. But this particular third eye chakra is finding that harmony between where you are, where you think you want to be, and the feeling, because the feeling is the vibration that you are choosing to accept or deny in every moment. So for most of you, it is a sense of personal power, personal freedom, abundance, joy, unconditional love, and purpose. Think about those, define them. What are other people's ideas around those things? How are they expressing those? And how can you bring more of that into your life? And what can you let go of so that more of it comes into your life? And that is the message for the third eye chakra. This is the crown chakra reading, and as we know, the crown chakra is about our universal connection to the rest of the world, rest of the universe. It's where all our ideas come from, and our ability to unite as one, both internally and externally. So the first card that we have today, is the Star. So this one is about our wishes, hopes, dreams, and working towards our dreams and goals. So we can see Archangel Jophiel here with 2 pitchers of water and pouring her energy into this dream. Alright, so this is working towards and making everything contribute towards what we came into this life to express. Okay, and you can see here she actually has a halo, same color as the crown chakra. So this is a very powerful reading for you, for those who've chosen this group. This is orienting towards everything that you've come here to express in this life. The next card is Soaring into Joy. Another happy, wonderful figure here, flying through the air with balloons. Balloons are meant to represent, partying and celebration. Some of us don't like the popping sound. I'm one of those people, but I do understand that it's meant to represent the joy in our lives. And then we have the 10 of Cups, so partnership, manifesting all our relationship goals, connecting in every single way, internally with ourselves and externally with others, for those that mean something to us. So I feel like this particular reading is bringing together everything that I've said with the other chakras. It's a nice wrap up, but you don't need to go and hear them all in order to understand this. It's about you guys. You're already there. You're already wanting or connecting to manifesting your dreams and goals, and connecting your masculine with your feminine to create a sense of harmony and joy. I feel like this is, you're already there, you're opening the path and you're connecting to it. And if you're going through something really rough right now, think about the other side. This is a transitionary phase, and this is something that you have to move through in order to get to the other side. Reorienting your focus into harmony. You know, what loose ends need tying up, and how can you let go of the things that are no longer serving you in order to get to your dreams a lot quicker. So we're seeing relationships join here in a co-creative way, both internally and externally. So your head and your heart are working together, but also you are starting to connect with others who are similar. Their head and their heart are connecting and working in harmony, and that you are connecting in a way to co-create a joyful life. It's everything that you've ever wanted. Not blowing smoke up your ass. These readings are about you knowing that you have the power, and you always have. You always have. And this is a confirmation reading that you're on the right path, even if it doesn't feel like it. You just have to be very firm in your dreams and goals, and not allow anything to disturb you, distract you, disrupt you, take you away. Because every time you say yes to that distraction, you are saying no to your dreams. But you know this already. So I feel like you very much are in your own element and in your power, and that you are looking at the situation that says that you wanting to put your time and energy into the things that matter most. Because we have this angel here, and she's pouring from 2 pictures, not just 1, but 2. Alright, so you're going to end up with nothing if you're pouring it into something that won't give back. If you're investing your time and your energy and your money into something that is not giving back to you, now is the time to cut that off. Even people, okay, they are responsible for themselves, and when you take responsibility for yourself, it gives them an opportunity to take responsibility for themselves. Alright, you don't have time anymore to muck around, because this is where you're meant to be, enjoying life, happy and free. You know, the sun is shining, got blue skies, laughing, just enjoying life is where you're meant to be. And sharing it. Okay, maybe a lover, maybe friends. It's okay. It's just, this is coming together and sharing and working together in harmony. Alright, the sun is shining down, you're in your element, and everybody is benefiting from this situation. That is the beauty of this card, and that's the beauty of this whole reading. Not much else more needs to be said, because you guys are on fire, and you're just in the right place at the right time. It's beautiful. So that's the message. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye for now.